What is going on, Arizona sports fan family? How are we doing out here today on this Sunday evening, ladies and gentlemen? Big shout out to the people that are currently in the chat. We got Sam, we got Sports Richie, Seth up in the house, Jack. What's up, everybody? Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Just to kind of give you a little overview of what is going to happen today. Of course, I got my guy here, Mythic. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, my guy. How are you?
Things could be better. Could be better. Obviously, we're going to talk some Cardinals versus the New York Giants. We're going to be diving into that here pretty soon. We will be opening up the phone lines, which will give you guys the opportunity to come on here and give us your take on this whole situation. I know right now there is a lot of Cardinal fans right now that are kind of conflicted with the idea of team tank or team win. If you guys haven't voted, definitely go ahead and vote at the top. Just go ahead and just do a real quick vote so we can kind of get a gauge on where you guys are at with the Arizona Cardinals right now and how you're feeling about this Arizona Cardinal loss today. Let's dive right into it. If you don't mind, Mythic, let's go and just jump right into it. Let's talk Cardinals versus the New York Giants. Give me your take and how you feel about this game.
Man, this one is this is a rough one to swallow, because after being up 28-7, we end up choking the game away just completely. This, honestly, I know this sounds like a hater and super biased Cardinals fan of me, but I feel like we gave this game up more than the Giants took it away.
Yeah.
So it sucks knowing that. Honestly, I feel like we should have won this game.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong there. You're not wrong. I think. Oh, no, you're good. I think when we're really kind of like looking at this, and I love the lights, by the way. You got the red on.
You feel me?
I love it. Love it. Yeah, no. When it comes to this game, man, like how crazy we literally saw hot team that looks so freaking good to a cold team that got everybody obviously asking, are the Cardinals tanking again? I hate the fact that we're talking about this again.
Still
but
bringing it up.
What is your take on this whole situation? Like, what do you think happened? Like, what do you think?
I don't know. I really don't. I feel like we weren't connecting. Like the offensive play calling, I feel like was also really bad going into the second half. And then Josh Dobbs wasn't executing. This offense wasn't clicking. James Conner couldn't get anything really going. The first half, he looked electric. James Conner was coming out looking like a top 5 running back. And that's not crazy to say. But coming out the gate, I mean, you come up and you put 20 points up at halftime, and you're skunking them 20-0, and it looks like they're back on pace. Wow. Because 40-0, 20-0, they're back on pace. Like the Giants look like one of the worst teams in the NFL. And then the Cardinals come out here. They're like, okay, you know what? We're going to top you. Just take the game. And here we are. Here we are sitting in a position where me and you got to talk about a loss that we shouldn't even be talking about. This should be 1-1. We should be beating the allegations, but instead we're talking here sitting 0-2, and we should not be. Absolutely not.
I agree. No, I 100% agree. I think you kind of said it perfectly where this should have been a win for the Arizona Cardinals. And I know, we both are very heavily active here on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be getting some New York Giants fans coming on your comments and laughing at you or saying, hey, good job. In the grand scheme of things, I don't know, like this one kind of hurt more than the Commanders game. Like, although I know that the Commanders game was a winnable game as well, it was the first game, right? And Josh Dobbs was in less than 2 weeks, and we kind of gave him a little slack. Now, Josh Dobbs did actually do better this game. I think we got to give kudos to where kudos is due. He actually did do good. But that second half on offense, everybody looked bad. The defense was giving up everything. The offense looked really lethargic. Seems like we weren't connecting with anything. I got people asking, is this the tanking in the second half because we were up so high? What do you think? What do you think happened here? Like, in terms of, like, there's such a big drop off. Like, I can't put my finger on it. Like, I don't understand. Like, I hate the idea of saying that the Cardinals are truly tanking, but this is just really weird. Like, I don't know how else to explain it.
I really don't know, because the defense came out guns blazing. We had injuries left and right. Like he says, Carlos Watkins got hurt. I wouldn't say left and right, but the past 2 weeks we've had injuries going back. LJ got injured. He didn't play this game. Buda Baker didn't play this game. Carlos Watkins just got hurt. We're taking hits. We're still competitive. And it sucks because, like, you got the whole tanking allegations going on, like you said, and we're sitting here in both of these games and they both slip. So it's hard to, like, really put your finger on it, because back-to-back games, you could say this one's quarterback play, but the defense really did fumble the bag in the second half. As long as the offense isn't getting it up, there's no way New York should have gotten back into this.
Well, definitely started here in the second half for New York as well. I think they had that big bomb to, I think the guy's name is Hyatt, if I'm not mistaken.
Number 13.
It was the wide receiver for the New York Giants. That's kind of what got them going. That's what got their juices flowing for them. And obviously from that moment on, I did see somebody commented on one of my videos saying that the moment that it was 28-14, they felt something in their gut. And I kind of resonated with that as well. Like, I'm like, dang, here they come. The Arizona Cardinals don't look so good. The offense kind of gets off the field very, very quickly. And I know we can blame, I think we're blaming everybody on this one. I don't think it's any specific.
Yeah, it's just a collective unit loss.
The offense for not being on the field and converting those third downs. It's the defense for not stopping Daniel freaking Jones. And, Matt Prater, of course, missed another kick in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, dude. I love Prater. I still think Prater's really good. Don't get me wrong. It was a 50-50 or a 55-yarder, so not a lot of kickers are making that. And we just happen to be blessed with one of the best. And it's like the expectation is if it's 55 yards, Matt Prater's going to come in and smack it. Anything within 60 is Matt Prater's range. So it's like, okay, if he misses a kick from 55, the disappointment's going to be there because of who he is. That's a Hall of Fame kicker. He might be 38, but the expectation's still there. Those are points. 3 points left on the board. The offense, 3 and out left and right. Defense could not get a stop. And like you said, whoever said it, when they got 14 points, they were electric. Saquon Barkley diving to the pylon, the whole energy shifted. As soon as he dives for the pylon, extends out and gets that, you could see the shift.
Oh, yeah. Momentum was swung so hard. It was really ridiculous as well. Seth, appreciate you. He says, "Hey Mike, we could have done better last 2 games. We could have won easily these 2 and I think that's what kind of sucks, because I do feel like these games could have been winnable for the Arizona Cardinals. And I get, we kind of have some fans right now. They're like, okay, no worries, 0-2, that's fine. Taking season begins. We'll talk a little bit about that here a little later on, or maybe with the people that are joining in to kind of get their take on this whole situation. But let me get to this next contribution from Deus. He says, what happened? The second half, we played not to lose instead of to win. Not to lose instead of to win. Also, Giants had home field advantage in the second half. Dobbs is done. Tune. What are your thoughts on this?
It's time to evaluate. You got to dissect the second half film. You got to see how much of this is to blame on Josh Dobbs. And if you can come back, because personally, it's hard to watch that and like really just put the whole blame on Josh Dobbs right there.
Yeah.
In my opinion, should we have won both of these games? Yep. I think so. I think we should be 2-0. And am I biased? Yeah. Am I living in fantasy land? No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't live in a world of hypotheticals and be like, we should be 2-0, because realistically we are 0-2. Can't face any other facts besides what's laid in front of us. We have a record of 0-2. We're the bottom of the NFC. We are one of the worst teams in the league. Now, are we playing like one of the worst teams? No. I wouldn't say that at all. I'd say this defense has played phenomenal. James Conner's looked pretty good. The offensive line is actually performing fantastic. It has me very optimistic of seeing Kyler Murray behind there, but we don't have that. So we have a decision. Do we rock with Josh Dobbs, or do we put the rookie in who it seems like a lot of the fan base is kind of surrounding this kid? They want to see him in here. So do you give him that shot? I don't know, because this, again, it's tough. I feel like this is the most realistic chance we see Clayton Tune, but I still don't know. It might be one of those weeks where it's like, okay, you did enough to win the game, just a collective unit. We're going to rock with you again. Is that going to be agreed upon by the majority of fans if that's what happens? Probably not. I'm torn.
Yeah, no, and rightfully you should be. You should. I'm torn too. Honestly, I think we're kind of in that situation right now where it's so hard, because I understand where people's perspective is, right? Where when people say put Tune in, people are like, "Oh, you're blaming Dobbs." It's not the fact that Dobbs is being blamed. You got to also keep this in mind as well, that if the Arizona Cardinals are truly rebuilding, all right, the evaluation process needs to happen, right? Just kind of how you said here earlier, the evaluation process needs to happen. Are we evaluating Josh Dobbs as a backup quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals for the future? Are we trying to give him a 1 or 2 year extension, right? In my opinion, I don't think they are. I think they brought him in here to be a Band-Aid for Kyler Murray when he does decide to come back. Now, obviously, that's a topic for a different day, because Kyler Murray coming back 0-4, 0-5. Yes, he could still win games, but man, that's climbing an uphill battle that we'll get into a little later on. But evaluating Clayton Tune, I feel like it's very important to do, because you never know. We're not going to know, right? We're not going to know if Clayton Tune was playing these first 2 games, if we would have won. We don't know. It's kind of on that unknown right now. I think everything is in the court of this Arizona Cardinal regime to maybe make the change if they choose to do so. But I don't know. I'm kind of still in that weird situation, because I don't think it's all on Dobbs. I think this offense looked bad as a unit in the second half. This defense looked bad as a unit, but that doesn't mean changes can't happen.
I agree, because, oh my gosh, it just sucks. But quarterback is what's going to be brought up probably the most, and rightfully so. It's a lot of the plays on the quarterback. I mean, you see that. That's how the NFL works. Wins and losses go as the quarterback goes. I mean, who's the greatest player of all time? Tom Brady, and he's a quarterback. Top 5 players of all time are quarterbacks. It's how the media goes. It's how everybody blames it. At the end of the game, the quarterback takes accountability, or you're going to get crucified, because everyone's coming for you. So Josh Dobbs, I don't know what he said in his post game, but I saw there were snippets and he did say stuff. So I got to go back and watch that. But man, it's not looking good. It's definitely time to evaluate again, but it's a tough one. I'm very torn.
No, it definitely is. It definitely is. I did hear the Josh Dobbs thing, and I had to retake back again, because obviously there's a lot to kind of unfold. With Jonathan Gannon, both of them say a lot of the things that you should be saying right now. Joshua Dobbs did take blame on himself as well, especially with the second half of not being able to kind of execute, because it all comes down to executing what happened and being able to keep that defense off the field. And we kept the offense on there a lot. Like the time of possession, it was crazy favoring the Arizona Cardinals going into the half. Crazy. Now, if you look at the time of possession now for this game, we're looking at a pretty even time of possession, 30 minutes to 37 seconds for us to 29 minutes. But it was to the point where they were on the field for like 7 minutes, and we had the majority of it, because we were dominating in the fashion that we were. And being that our offense couldn't stay on the field, got our defense on there, they got tired. So it's like 1A, 1B. It's kind of hard to really point your finger at it, but I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to make a change. If you don't mind, let me get to these contributions, and then we will continue to talk. We got Miles saying the fact that we could have entered this brutal stretch of our schedule with the 2-0 record is what frustrates me the most. Totally winnable games slipping away. Now we still have Miles coming up here. Says the fact, it's the same one. This is the point. This is where I'm at with this as well, because we could have been 2-0 or even 1-1. We have a brutal stretch coming. The Cowboys, the 49ers, the Cincinnati Bengals. Realistically, Mythic, do you think we can win any of those games? Realistically.
Cincinnati stands out to me. I feel like that is a very winnable game, but that's week 5? Is that week 5?
4. Yes, 5. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's week 5. I believe it's Dallas, and then we have 49ers, Bengals.
Yeah, Cowboys, 49ers. Mm-hmm.
See, what sucks is I agree so much. If we're sitting here with a 2-0 record, even if we drop these next 2, wouldn't care. Exactly. I promise you, I wouldn't care, because it's like, okay, cool. Dallas, elite level team. I'm not sweating that. 49ers, probably the best team in football. I'm not
Exactly.
bugging on that. 2-2, cool. Kyler Murray, chance to come back. Is he fully healthy? Cool. Well, we're going to find out. 2-2 record. We got a chance at the playoffs. The playoffs with Kyler in this offense if we're 2-2. If we're 0-4, don't see it. So the Cardinals either pull off a miraculous 2 games right here, and if we win, I don't know. If we win, I will do some crazy things. But there's no chance that we go 2-0 here. I don't see it. 1-1 potentially because it's the Cowboys. The Cowboys love dropping games to us. Do I see it San Fran? No. Could it happen? Yeah, but like the chances of that suck. And it's like you just sitting here like, wow, we really might be 0-4. The thing that we've been dreading and talking about, we might be 0-4.
Yeah.
When we should potentially be 2-2. I'm not going to just chalk them as losses, but based on the way teams are performing and what we've seen from them, it's hard not to look at that and be like, wow, we might be 0-4. And then Kyler Murray just thrown into the fire. Like it's the worst situation possible. It is the worst situation possible.
It is absolutely for the people that don't like Kyler Murray,
it just gives him a chance to just hate on him even more because it's going to take him games to get back into it.
Yep.
So you're coming here having to play hero ball. Like you can't make a wrong read. You make a wrong read. It's the video games, man. It's the video games, man.
No, true. Honestly, I think we're definitely in a really sticky situation here with the Arizona Cardinals and figuring out what they're going to do, right? Jonathan Gannon has his work cut out for him. I don't think the media asked him if there was a change in QB. I think they asked him last week, if not post-game. It was definitely Monday or Tuesday, and he automatically told everybody it's going to be Dobbs. So I'm curious, maybe tomorrow or Tuesday, we're going to figure out something different. We'll have to kind of wait and see, but I don't know how this Arizona Cardinal team is going to stack up against the Cowboys. Like they destroyed the Giants. We were destroying the Giants in the first half, and then we allowed them to come back. Either complacency, we just were whatever it is. Do we really think we're going to stand a snowball chance and heck against the Dallas Cowboys that we're putting
Cowboys who just dropped 30 points on the New York Jets defense?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wild.
I don't know.
Wild. We'll see what Seth says. I think we could have beat the Commanders and the Giants, but I think putting Clayton Tune there, but Dobbs did a good job. K1 is a hero. I think everybody's missing K1 at this point, honestly.
Yeah.
Where is K1? Please come back. Dea says, Tune is proven leader. Dobbs is not. So tired of all these Dobbs apologists. Tune has a better arm and more accurate deep ball. Dobbs equals none of this. Let's talk about Dobbs here real quick. Let's continue to talk because I have seen where people were saying that it was the play calling that was the big issue towards the half, right? It was like Drew Petzing didn't call a good game, which I think there is to blame for coaching. JG
the second half
putting that some blame to him, but
yeah,
that doesn't relinquish every blame off of the quarterback, the guy who has the ball in his hands every single snap, right?
You can make audibles. You don't have to just you see something on the field. You don't have to just run. You got a halfback dive, but they're in a cover one, about to send the house. They got 7 people lined up ready to come at you. You're not going to sit there and just be like, okay, cool, we're just going to hand the ball off. Cool. It's 3rd and 13. Now you're going to hot route it. You're going to audible out of that, and you're going to dead it. You're going to kill it. It's going to get killed. So
yeah. So there is blame. Blame's all around.
I'm not saying the play calling was good. I did say that the second half play calling was pretty bad. And I think we can all agree on that. But at the same time, it's not just, oh, yeah, we lost off that. No, we lost on every single level of the field today. We missed a kick, defense bad, offense bad, play calling bad. It was all bad.
Second half was definitely a no-go here for everybody. Appreciate the contribution, Deus. Do you have anything else to add? I really, really, really want to open up the phone lines. I want to hear what the Bird Gang has to say. I think they all kind of know where we stand on this situation, unless you have anything else to add about this. I know this is an infuriating loss for some more than others.
Yeah.
Some look at this as a positive, which is cool. That's your opinion. But do you have anything else to add?
I don't know if I have anything to add, but I think you said it. We're just all kind of infuriated. It's 0-2, and you just know you should be 2-0, like going into the season. the optimism wasn't there. And then after week 1, it's like, you know what? We have a legit chance coming in here. You're up 20-0. I was happy. I was like, I was sitting there. I even told my girlfriend, I was like, we're about to be 1-1. Oh my gosh, we're going to win a game. And she's like, yeah, look at that, 20-0. Wow, that's crazy. It's the Cardinals too.
Yep.
Shouldn't have
Sounds
said
like the
anything.
conversation I had with my wife. I was like, oh, we're doing good. But this is what happened last week. I remember telling her that. And then I don't know if I jinxed myself, but like now we're here.
All right, we both made comments we shouldn't have going into week 3. Let's just not say anything, dude.
Oh, that's the darn truth. That's the darn truth for sure. All right, let's open up the phone. Yeah, let's open up the phone line. So how this works, if you're viewing on Twitter, you have to jump onto YouTube. Just FYI, if you want to jump on, if not, no worries, stay on Twitter. But the chat is active here on YouTube. But I'm going to be posting a link. Once that link is there, all you need to do is click on that link. Click on the link, jump on in. And then you can let us know how you're feeling about this game and all this stuff. So I will be posting a link here pretty soon. Actually, right now. Let me ask you this while I do this right now, Mythic. Who is your top performer this game?
James Conner. James Conner, for sure. It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Same thing?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. What is your thoughts on Marquise Hollywood Brown?
Let me pull up his stats, but from what I believe, he had a really bad drop on the in route, like the 15-yard in, where he jumped up, tried to like catch it with his chest, and it just smacked him in the lower abdomen. He just dropped it. That was a really bad drop. But I feel like Hollywood, outside of that, played a pretty solid game. Yeah, 6 receptions, 54 yards, and a touchdown. That touchdown was huge. I think Hollywood played pretty good. I still think he's clear consensus number 1. Michael Wilson, better game. Love to do that. Yep. But Hollywood, I feel like he played pretty good. I feel like you need to keep monitoring him, but clear wide receiver 1 for this team. Definitely the best threat we have. And based on the potential that we have of getting Marvin Harrison, I say that would be a nasty pairing. Just you got to keep your eyes out. But I like the idea of that, but Hollywood is a number 1, not sure. But he's the number 1 for our team, and I like the way he's playing so far.
He's a number 1 for our team right now. I don't think he's a number 1.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I don't think he's a number 1 wide receiver. I think he's a solid number 2. And if we had a dynamite DeAndre Hopkins prime, I think what we're talking about a different offense here. But yeah, this is my opinion. All right, let's get to the chat here if you don't mind. Let's get with you turds first, and then I got Cards fan. Ladies and gentlemen, all you need to do is click on the link. Click on the link, jump on in, and let me know, and Mythic, how you guys are feeling. Let's open up the phone lines. You turds, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me. How are you feeling about the Cardinals' loss to the Giants?
I'm not mad, but I'm not happy. Like, nobody likes losing a game, right? Yeah. There was some good stuff. Well, in the first half, at least, everything was good in the first half. The second half was just, I don't know. But it was good up until then. I liked how Dobbs played. He was playing really good with the quick passes. The passes were good, except that first drive to Ertz where he missed them. Everything was good. I think we should start Clayton Tune, but I do like that we're sitting him so he can learn it a little bit more. Even though he's been here the whole offseason, it gives him a chance to learn about the offense a little bit more during game day. That's really what I got to say.
What are your thoughts on – I'm going to ask everybody, so everybody, FYI. Tank or win? What is your thoughts?
Win. Tanking is the worst thing you could do for an organization. It's just the worst thing to, like, if your team is known for tanking, who's going to want to play for you?
Thank you. And that's the thing too. Like, we had this whole big thing with Caleb Williams, right? Like, we did tank.
I don't want Caleb. I don't want Caleb. Caleb might seem really good for another team, not for this team. Kyler will be QB1 next year. Caleb, well, there's signs that Caleb doesn't even want to play here, so why would we even grab him? I think this draft we should go for a wide receiver 1 and Marvin Harrison Jr. And then draft an O lineman or run or like something to help out the offense or the defense.
Okay.
I think the mistake is like Gannon. He didn't really make any good adjustments in halftime. That's what it was. It was just coaching and the players. Like, everybody's to blame. But I think we're all at win. Just win, because nobody's going to want to play for an organization that's known for tanking.
Ding, 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 ding. Appreciate you, brother, man. I'm gonna let you go. Have a great day, man. Peace.
You too.
Oh, bro, spitting facts. All right, let's get to the next guy.
I
Let's
love
get
it.
to Cards fan, unless you got something to add.
No, I agree. Every point smacked it. I love it.
Yeah. All right, Cards fan, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me. How you feeling about this loss?
We should be 2-0.
Yep.
That's how I feel. And we lost by 4 points to Washington and 3 points in New York. Man, it's we can't finish games, and that's something we got to figure out. But I'm not too worried yet, but we'll see what happens going forward with the QB situation.
I agree. So I'm assuming you're on the board of at least trying to win games, right? Like non-tanking.
I don't believe in tanking.
Yeah.
The only one I care about losing for is Houston. That's the only thing I care about for losing. We've lost 8 straight games going back to last year.
Oh,
I want one win. That's all I want right now is one win. And I'll be happy. But we gotta if we're trying to change the culture, trying to lose is not going to do it. And Caleb Williams, don't get me wrong, I'm a big USC fan. I love Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
But if Kyler can be the franchise QB going forward, I would like it to be Kyler. I mean, but if we do get Caleb, let's just say we have a bad season, we have the first, second pick in the draft. Caleb's there.
Yep.
If Caleb said he doesn't want to play for certain teams, where his dad said that, why would he want to go to a team that says we want to lose? He's a winner. He wants to win. He wants to win football games. He's not going to go to a team that just doesn't care. Me personally, we like the other guy said, we need a wide receiver one. We don't. Hollywood's not it. He's not a wide receiver one. Marvin Harrison Jr. Holy crap, he would be so good here.
Oh, so good. Yeah, I agree. All right, brother. Anything else to add before I get the other people's ready to come on?
The situation with Clayton Tune and Josh Dobbs, I'm a little nervous putting Josh Dobbs. I'm a little nervous putting Clayton Tune in against Dallas' defense.
That's fair.
I feel like that might be a situation where if a QB is not ready to play, that can really damage his growth as a QB. That's just my opinion on that.
That's fair. Okay, perfect. Appreciate you, Cards fan. Thanks, man.
All
Later.
That's a fair reaction. I'm not
Yeah, honestly,
Dallas defense is one of the best. You throw Clayton Tune in there, he's going to get hit. He's going to get hurried. There's going to be a lot of pressure. Ooh, is it the best? I didn't even really think of that.
I didn't think that either. That's why I love this, man. That's why I love this. All right, let me get to AZ fan. He says, this is upsetting, but when Kyler comes back, this team will definitely be different, more lethal. I am on team K1 and waiting for this team to win. Love it. All right, let's get AZ Sports Girl up in here right now. AZ Sports Girl, you're live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me. How are you feeling about this loss?
Not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy that the Diamondbacks won tonight because if they lost, I was gonna be pissed and lose my sanity.
Yeah.
And for this game, it was really good in the first half. Like James Conner had that dog in him. He was so good. Hollywood, I'm okay with him. Like everybody else has been saying, we need another wide receiver. We really do. And Joshua Dobbs definitely looked comfortable in this game compared to last week. But I just don't understand what happened in the second half. I'm not going to blame Joshua Dobbs for it. I blame the coaching. And I don't know if both of you guys were watching the TV broadcast, but there was a shot on Jonathan Gannon of him making this look like he looked lost. He looked really lost.
I don't want to hear that. Cliff Kingsbury all over again is getting me. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
You're good. But this game hurt. This game really hurt. I just don't get it. And I don't really support tanking because if we were tanking, then why was the defense really good last week and why is the offense waking up? I'm not in support of tanking, and like what everybody else has been saying, Caleb Williams doesn't want to play here. I'm not in support of this team tanking. I really am not.
All right, AZ Sports Girl. Anything else before I let you go?
For the Clayton Tune and Joshua Dobbs situation, I kind of believe in starting Joshua Dobbs more because I feel like the more we keep with Joshua Dobbs, Clayton Tune's going to have more time to learn the playbook. Because if we just immediately start him in without him learning more of the playbook, he's going to look panicked.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you. Thank you. Later. All right, okay. A couple things. And that's why I love like the idea of having people on here because they kind of bring obviously a different perspective. Did you hear about the Jonathan Gannon Luke Loss thing? I didn't hear about it.
I didn't hear it,
Okay.
but I kind of can understand because you see how he looks. I mean, I kind of get it, but like, I saw Philly fans like, oh, we got Super Bowl second half Jonathan Gannon in full effect.
I saw that too.
Yeah, that's the one thing I saw, and I'm like, wow. Just looking at Twitter pained me after the game. I had to stop scrolling because
me too, man. I was one of the biggest SHIT talkers about the Giants not being ready.
I mean, at halftime it's hard. You're like, sorry, Giants. Like, look at the scoreboard, and then look at the scoreboard at the end of the game.
Yeah, and then we're here. All right, let's bring on Deus. Deus, you were live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me. How are you feeling about the Cardinals' loss?
I pretty much resigned to the fact that we're not tanking, we're not winning, we're just in limbo. I mean, I think they called a good game, and I just think we didn't execute in the second half. The defense wasn't executing, the offense wasn't executing, and there was just no leadership from Dobbs. And I just think that, contrary to everybody else thinking Toon shouldn't play because they're scared of his feelings being hurt or scared of him getting hurt, that's what they get paid to do. They're professionals. They get paid money to do this. Yep. And I think if you watch Clayton Toon's games in college, he's a leader, man. If the team's not working, he'll lead it and pick up the team. He likes to make other people around him better. He's not, I just think a lot of people who are talking down on Toon and pushing, being pro Dobbs just don't realize how much of a leader that Toon is and how good he can really be.
Well, let me say one thing real quick, Deus. If the moment it's announced that Clayton Toon is going to be the starter, people are going to change their minds. What happens is that people want to be so pro what the Cardinals are doing that they don't want to push the needle. That's the biggest problem that I've been seeing. But I agree with you. I think that us throwing Kyler Murray in the fire year one, we did it to Kyler Murray. We did it to Josh Rosen.
Exactly.
And we knew that Josh Rosen wasn't the guy. After year one, why are we going to hold somebody if he's not the guy?
Mm-hmm. And a good leader and an actual great football player seeks to make those around him great and bring out the greatness in others. So if you can't do that, you're not a leader. And we're seeing it with Dobbs. I've watched Dobbs since he was a Steeler, and he's the same way. He's already hit his ceiling. He might get a few good plays here and there and woo everybody, but that's about it. He's not a winner per se. He's a good backup, but I wouldn't say he's like the leader of the team and starting QB material at all. Whereas on the other hand, Toon spent 4 years in college just leading and playing, and even through adversity when he wasn't a starter, he had to fight and scrap his way to the top of where he is. So, and he has more confidence in himself, obviously, from when you watch the pressers before the season started. But yeah, I just think that, we need to stop worrying about, we don't want him to get hurt, or we don't want to hurt his feelings, or we don't want to scar him emotionally. Where was all that when K1 started?
Yeah. It was nowhere to be found because it was the right thing to do at the time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? All right, Days. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks.
The different amounts of opinion, Mythic, man. I love it, man. And what are your thoughts? I think I'm going through an emotional roller coaster just right now.
What are your thoughts? No, like imagine the coaches in this situation. Like, what do you do? Like, we're just sitting here watching, and they got to make the decision. We're just like, okay, cool. Pressure's on you.
And it's crazy too. Because if Toon does come in here and he's terrible, a bunch of people crucify him. What are you doing? Put Dobbs in. And if it's like the opposite, because you got, it's like that.
You can't win
with Purdy, not Purdy, with Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo. That's what's going on right now. It's like you got the pro for that.
And I don't even know. Like, I love the opinions, and I need to go kind of like dissect Josh Dobbs a little bit. A little bit more. Like, I need to go dive in, watch some college tape, look at his stats, kind of like watch what people are saying. Because people are saying he's a natural born leader, and I'm not a college fan like that, so I didn't watch Clayton Toon. Watched highlights as soon as we drafted him, like very short snippet, maybe like a 3-minute highlight reel. That's about it.
Yeah.
And then I saw what he did for us in preseason, so it's kind of hard for me to make a judgment on like what he's done because he fell to us in like the 6th round.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I don't know.
I know
a
it's
tough
tough,
choice.
man. Let me get you back to the Constitution. Then we got two more people here in the background. He says we led both games at half, and then some weird things started happening. Something doesn't add up. Are we just getting out coached? Not good adjustments yet. We kind of talked about this a little earlier, right? Well, it's just really weird. Both games. Both games.
It's so strange, isn't it?
It is.
2 winnable games, and it kind of fits the tanking narrative. But I don't want to call it. I don't want to call it. I don't want to. Like, are they just out here showing us like false optimism? Like, we can win games. We're just not going to.
Right. Right. Well, one thing
I don't know.
What Dobbs did say is that he said that we can show that we're an explosive offense. He said that today in his presser. And I'm like, okay, I can see where you're coming from. But please keep in mind that we're playing the Giants and we played the Commanders. We're going to have a rude awakening when we play the Cowboys. Are you going to say that? We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
We got
All right, let's keep it going.
We find out if we're legit.
Yeah, true. All right, Jonathan, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me how you're feeling about this loss.
I feel kind of frustrated, man. Both games, man, we supposed to come home with those wins, man. But honestly, I think everybody making it more difficult than it needs to be. All this tanking or not tanking. Put it like this: if your team tank, man, throw all your merch away, man. We don't need y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? We here trying to win games. We trying to be competitive. Like I said, it's not that difficult. We already got a QB1, Caleb Williams, man. He already come with a lot of drama, all the bickering, him and his father. We don't need all that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We don't need all. What we need a quarterback that lets me know right there. You ain't no killer. You ain't got that killer instinct. You ain't got that leader instinct. No one else cries about going to the NFL and turning, an organization around. You know what I'm saying? If you that guy, you want to go make it happen. You know what I'm saying? But we got a QB1. Marvin Harrison Jr., man, they'll be lovely for K1. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, Hollywood, he okay, but he's not a number one receiver. Right. He's our number one receiver, but he's not that true number one. You know what I'm saying? He's a good number two. You know what I'm saying? But with Michael Wilson, I'd say he would be a great number three. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it's really not that difficult. Like I said, if you talking about tanking, man, we don't need all that, man. We trying to compete, win games, and we gonna keep it going. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel about it. But we definitely been competitive. We ain't just rolling over. I do like that. The defense coming to play every Sunday. I do like that. True. And we gonna get it figured out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get it figured out.
All right. Love it. Jonathan, appreciate you, man. Thanks so much.
Yes, sir.
All right. Love it. Love it. We got one more. Collie, I believe. Collie, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me. How you feeling about the Cardinals' loss?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yo, so how you guys doing? Mythic, I'm actually glad to see you. You feel me? I've been on YouTube a little bit, and I see that you back on here. So I don't know when you got back, but I'm happy to see you back. But yeah, I actually missed the game today, but I did have a little bit of pains about like the Cardinals, and so like I kind of had like a little suspicions why Clayton isn't starting. Maybe because he's better than, like, maybe he's showing people that how good he is. Because we talk about tanking and we talk about, the first half things are going well or we're holding our own, and then the second half things aren't going the way that we want. And Gannon, after our first loss, had tears, and like it seemed like he was about to cry at some interview. I don't remember when it was. It was more like a snippet. And he had like a little, like, it felt like it hurt him. But now that like it's week 2, I'm seeing how what people are saying. It's I'm looking at it like, are you upset that you lost, or are you upset that like you're kind of lying or like not being forthcoming about like what your true intentions are? Because truthfully, is Gannon even really the coach of the future, or is he just kind of someone here to blame when, quote unquote, get Caleb Williams? And another thing is, we don't have to tank to, quote unquote, get Caleb Williams, because the Texans are doing well enough. So, and let's say we do get Caleb Williams, right? Now, how is this going to work? Like you have Harrison, right? You have no other weapons. Okay, you got Hollywood, but if he even gets to the game, because he almost wasn't here today. So if he even gets to the game, gets here week in and week out, like you're going to have Kyler all over again, where he's going to be out there saying, go make a play, go do this, go do that. Man, I'm from Baltimore, so I got to watch Lamar Jackson. I got to see all these people, like, be happy about their team and proud about their team. And I'm like, dang, like, my quarterback is just as good. Like, my quarterback is just as talented, but, he don't have the organization or literally, like, the skill guys around him. So I'm just sitting back and I'm like, bro, like, if only I got a couple Philly fans around me. I'm like, bro, like, Jalen Hurts is gas.
Ooh.
Like, he's not, like, not better than Kyler. He's, in my opinion, like, just, and how we get Hollywood Brown and then the next trade, the Eagles get AJ. Like, I don't know how that worked. I don't know how that happened. I, to this day, do not understand how we got Hollywood and the Eagles got AJ Brown. Like,
we got fleeced, man.
I just don't understand how. Did they not call us first? Like, if that's the case, did they not? But yeah, that was really it.
Okay. Appreciate you, Collie. Thank you so very much. Very good insight. Thank you.
AJ Brown, man.
I
freaking forgot about that. Oh,
yeah, me too. Honestly, I think it was Steve Keim's attempt to make Kyler Murray happy. That's what I think it came down to. It sucks because AJ is much more a number one wide receiver than Marquise Hollywood. And I'm not trying to like knock on the kid. Like, great number two, very talented. He does things that most people can't do, right? That's why he plays in the NFL.
Absolutely.
But we need a solid dog number one, and that's not Marquise. He's a great number two. It's just he's not that number one. I did forget about the AJ thing too. Like literally, it happened that same draft, right?
Yep.
Disgusting.
And I feel like also the connection with Kyler, they wanted that to get done, like you said, and then also the pairing with DeAndre Hopkins seems nicer.
True.
The speedster and the big body receiver is going to catch everything. It sounds great on paper too. Instead of, you got two big body receivers, cool, whatever. It's like, okay, let's different dynamic. We can run everything with him. We can run screen passes. We can get him jet sweeps. We can get him down the field. Like, it just sounds nicer. But then here we are a year after the trade or 2 years after the trade. And guess what? DeAndre Hopkins gone. Now Hollywood's out here running wide receiver one reps, and no one likes that. I feel like he's playing pretty solid for a wide receiver one in the role he's in, but don't think it's sustainable. I do not. I think Marvin Harrison will be a Cardinal, and AJ Brown, I forgot about that. Hurts my heart.
Me too. That's kind of almost as close as DK getting.
I called it too. Like how do you not see that? Like a cone drill.
Yeah.
Drop this man. A cone drill. A cone drill. Like the vertical's there, the speed's there, the 40's there, the hands are there, the big body receiver, freak athlete, and they're like, oh, you know what? Let's talk about the cone drill, the 3-cone drill. Yeah, I'm gonna take freaking someone else. Like, dude, like just make the smart pick. You know what I mean? Just make the obvious selection.
We've always been an organization like that, though. We've always been an organization that felt like we knew more, like, or getting that diamond in the rough. Like, that's kind of always how I felt like the Cardinals were. Like, we always want to up everybody. Like, I caught him, you didn't. And I feel like that's how Steve Keim's mind games were. It's kind of annoying, but let me touch on something here that our last caller jumped on. The idea of I know it's a conspiracy theory, right? I think we talked about this a little bit on the last stream where maybe the thought, and this is completely conspiracy. Put your tinfoil hat on, ladies and gentlemen. Conspiracy up the yin yang. But the thought of maybe Clayton Tune isn't playing because he is better than Joshua Dobbs and that maybe he can win. Because can you imagine a world where K1 does come back? Because right now, me and you, K1's our QB1, right? Imagine Clayton Tune going 2-0 or 2-2. How much noise is going to go against your franchise quarterback if he struggles? It's just something to be thrown out there, right? Conspiracy. Tinfoil hat. I'm not saying Clayton Tune is better than Kyler Murray. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying Clayton Tune is better than Joshua Dobbs or Josh Dobbs, and they don't want to show him. That's all I'm saying. Tinfoil hat.
I don't know, man. This organization is quite something.
It is. It is. And here's the thing. I'm seeing somebody in the chat here saying that Clayton Tune was airmailing balls, right? It's true. It's true. He had preseason. He didn't look the best, but he was also playing with your Greg Dortch, 5'7", not your 6'2" Michael Wilson, not your Pascal. not your Marquise Hollywood Browns. He wasn't playing. How do you really
No Zach
evaluate a kid?
Ertz,
Yeah,
no starting
Zach Ertz.
line.
How do you really evaluate the guy? We're just saying he sucks because of his preseason.
And I get it. I mean, I get it. That's the only film we have.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to make a judgment. That's
Yeah.
NFL tape that we have. And if he's all that, in the preseason, go ahead and perform. But I feel like we should just give the guy a chance. It's hard. Like, I think Josh Dobbs is still a little better.
Yeah.
I think the mechanics on Josh Dobbs are better. The releases are way different. Again, I've watched side by side of them throwing. Josh Dobbs gets it out like that. Clayton Tune got I feel like that's a lot of quarterbacks, though. I feel like a lot of quarterbacks slower release until they get to the NFL, working the mechanics, and they start hitting it quick. But I don't think any of that is subject to keep him on the bench for a lot longer. I feel like you need to see what you have, and the hype is there. There's a lot of hype for a 6th-round draft pick kid.
There is.
So just throw him in there, bro. Like, just stop it. Like, at this point, just stop. Week 3, it might be Dallas. I think I've came to my conclusion. Let's see Clayton Tune. Let's see it. Let's see it.
Why not? I mean,
Why not?
We're gonna probably lose. It might not be closer than we think, but it is getting him the valuable reps that people are saying that said the whole Joshua Dobbs thing. Oh, he needs a little bit more reps. He needs more. This kid went through the whole entire training camp for what? To be sat down for a guy that they traded for a 5th-round pick? That's a slap in the face. And I get it. As a rookie, he probably doesn't think very much of it because he's probably one of those rookies that are like, hey, no worries. Yeah, I'm just here so I won't get fined. I'm here to do my job, and that's it. And that's great. I'm not trying to have him to have an opinion. That's not his job. His job is to throw the ball down the field. But like, man, what a slap in the face to be like, no, you're not ready. When Jonathan Gannon said this was interchangeable, this quarterback room was interchangeable with Dobbs and Clayton Tune.
Yep, that word again.
Unless he lied.
Right. Unless he's just so dead set that Dobbs is his guy. I'm going to predict it. I've been right 2 times. Let's just knock on wood. Real quick, we're going to say Clayton Tune is going to get a nod. I've been right about Josh Dobbs going into week 1. I was right about Josh Dobbs going into week 2.
You were?
Will I be right again? I'm going to rock with it. Something's telling me. Clayton Tune behind QB or behind center as QB1 for week 3, even if it is Dallas. That was a great point by who made that comment earlier, but I think the Cardinals are going to rock with them.
The Cardinals are
rightfully so
in desperation mode. 0-2. What's the chances of the Cardinals? And I'm not saying we're a playoff team. Please, we're not a playoff team. Let me play this real quick. Give me a second. I said playoffs and I regret it.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
You know what I mean?
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
If we're 2-0, then I'll talk about playoffs. I'll be on my high horse. I'll be the most biased son of a gun out there. You will hear everything. You will hear me talk so much crap all season long, even if we get slammed week 3. Okay, cool, we're 2-1. Now we're 0-2. I'll humble up.
We were there. These were winnable games, Mythic. And I think that's
crazy.
What the frustrating part is that when people were saying, you guys are tanking, Mike, you guys are not going to win. You guys are sucky. You guys are terrible. The Cardinals show that they can win games. They show that they can be in games. Okay, maybe they can't, not that they can win games, but they can be in games. And they have the potential to win.
I feel like this could have been 2-0, and we could have been looking at this so different. It could have been, are we gonna make a wild card? Are we gonna get a bottom seed? Is Kyler gonna come back? And are we gonna go like 8-8, 9-7?
Yeah.
No, now it's like, okay, well,
now it's panic.
Life of a Cardinals fan. Yes, sir. We're just
absolutely
0-2. This is what we do.
Absolutely. Chicken Little, the sky is falling. That's how I feel about that. Let me throw this clip in here because I literally wanted to play this clip in the beginning. This is kind of how I felt.
The Bears are who we thought they were. And that's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
We let the Giants off the hook. We let them off the hook.
You know the Kyler clip? What the just happened?
I should put that on. I gotta add more clips. I feel like they really add value.
Bro, I saw that like 3 weeks ago, and I like downloaded that. I'm like, that is getting used in one of my videos. Use that today. It is the perfect
I would love
way.
to put it on the stream.
It is the perfect thing for this game. Like, what just happened? And it's crazy too because of like, this is a historic win, by the way. I don't know if anybody knows this. This is the largest comeback in franchise history for the Giants. Let me go ahead and pull up the tweet exactly because I have it like 15,000 times in my video that I'll be posting later. But I have Giants pull off their largest comeback in franchise history. The New York Giants erased a 21-point deficit to win 31-28. And you know when their last historic comeback was?
When?
I believe it was 1958 against the Chicago Cardinals.
That is crazy.
And it was a 21-point win.
And that's the thing.
Basically repeated itself.
That's what frustrates me. And I think I might take it more personal than other people do. And I get it. I'm one of those dramatic fans. I get it. If you look at my timeline on Twitter, bro, it's a roller coaster. I call Joshua Dobbs Mr. Himothy Dobbs, for God's sakes. And then I'm saying, put Clayton Tune in. Like, my mind is crazy. Like, it's so much emotion. But that's what frustrates me too. This is history. This is history in the books, ladies and gentlemen, that the Cardinals are on the wrong side of again.
It sucks, dude. I hate being born in Arizona, but I love it at the same time because, like, I will ride or die for this team. Same thing with the Suns. I will ride or die. Never won a championship for either of them, but guess what? I'll always be there. I will always be there. And I kind of know what we are, you know? We're not the best. We're kind of poverty. I mean, we got all the talent in the world, and we'll never win. It's just kind of how it is. So everyone hits me up. They're like, wow, the Suns this year, KD, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker, like, you guys are the favorites. I'm like, don't say that.
Right,
don't you say that. Like, right. I won't even say that anymore because, like, we were in the finals up 2-0, and I'm out here like, we did it. Like, we did it. Oh, my gosh, we did it. And then here we go. Chris Middleton just closing us out like he's freaking prime Michael Jordan every game. Giannis playing, like, the most insane defense. Like, Drew Holiday, strip. Giannis lob. And I'm like, that sucks. Yeah. And you got Chris Middleton icing us with, like, 14 points in the fourth quarter, just closing us out every game. It's like all the close games.
That Mavs series, too, man, where we felt like we were the favorites to win, and we just got
2-0.
Yep.
And then Luka Magic.
Yep.
Like, I can't even watch Jalen Brunson. Like, watching this man just hurts my heart because it's like you got a 6'1" guard playing bully ball and just like dicing people in the paint. It's like, bro, there's no way this guy right here, who is shorter than me, is out here giving buckets to my squad. And we just 25 points a game or something to this guy. This guy.
Let me get to this contribution here real quick. Diaz coming up with another super chat. He says, tune with me, without me, the night and day movie. I'm not sure if do you have any context?
I don't.
Okay, I don't either. I appreciate the contribution, Diaz. All right. Well, we got about 7 more minutes. Let's take it to the chat if you don't mind.
Got you.
If we do get some super chats, obviously those would be favorited to come up here. But let's take it to the chat. Let's see what you guys have to say. Thank you, everybody who chimed in and came on here. I loved hearing everybody's opinion. You got me going, oh.
There's a lot of takes that I just completely forgot about. Like, he's going to have to face the Cowboys defense, the A.J. Brown thing. There was a lot of great takes today, a lot of good points brought up, and I love the insight that we got.
Absolutely. We got Blazing, which isn't called him Blazing. Open up old wounds, I see.
Yeah.
We blew a 20-point lead like the Raiders. Oh, that's right. This was Kyler Murray went crazy last year and came back in a victory win.
Yeah.
Kind of similar.
Yikes. Talk about history repeating itself.
Right.
We're on the opposite side of it.
Yeah. That's very unfortunate. I did see our QBs get. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about this. We were very, very high on Marco Wilson. I guess maybe not very high, but we were giving them glowing remarks. What are your thoughts on Marco Wilson now?
I still feel like I like Marco, but I think Kittrell Clark. I think we both made this very clear. I like Kittrell Clark more.
Yeah.
He gave up plays too, where he's behind the receiver, big body plays, and unfortunate, but he also made good plays as well. I feel like over time, where Marco is in year 3 or 4, that when Cottrell Clark is in year 3 or 4, he's going to be leaps and boundaries ahead. Super bold, because Marco Wilson's been pretty solid.
Yeah.
But I feel like Marco's more of a CB3 than anything. CB2 could be okay. I mean, we saw it work. We saw it work with Robert Alford as our CB1, so it could work. I prefer him more at CB3. And if Cottrell Clark is good, you can just have him run slot because he is very athletic as well. So that would be perfect. I don't know any corners in this draft, but
I don't either. I haven't even done any
CBs,
research
yeah,
at all.
CBs, and if we can land Marvin Harrison in a solid corner.
Dang. That or even getting, like, I think we had a caller saying offensive line.
Tackle.
Yeah, tackle. Because listen, DJ Humphries, dude, is getting older.
He's almost 30, if not already.
Like, let's be honest here. The Cardinals might be shipping pieces off.
Yeah, if we
maybe
don't,
not Kyler.
Yeah, it could be the fringe players, the guys who aren't going to be here long term. Zach Ertz,
Zach Ertz.
Marquise. I don't know. Marquise. I feel like Marquise is safe.
You think?
I do. Unless they really are like set, like we're not extending him, then he's gone. Like if they're so set on not extending him, if their plan is to extend him, he's staying for the contract season. Even if he doesn't re-sign, he'll stay. If they're dead set on getting him back. But if they're so like, okay, you know what? Don't really feel like he's going to fit our system much. I feel like it's best we ship him. I could see that happening. I can see Hollywood going for like a 3rd round pick somewhere. I think that's pretty solid. Zach Ertz for a 6th or a 7th. I could see that happening. DJ Humphries for like a 3rd round pick. I could see that 3rd or 4th for a mid round. I could see it. And
bro, we paid a 1st round pick for Marquise, and realistically, I think he might be right for that 3rd round. Ooh.
Yeah, I can't see anything higher. It's just realistic. A contract player, no chance. And then I don't even want to say this name.
Say it.
Buda Baker.
I'm telling you, nobody wants to listen. All the tank people that are saying tank. You might drive Buda out of here, and not because Buda. Somebody's gonna want Buda.
You know what team would love to have Buda?
Eagles.
Philadelphia.
Yep.
Would love to have him.
Same wavelength.
Would love to have him. Fits it perfect. Perfect culture fit. Perfect culture fit. They have so many top tier leaders in that locker room.
Oh, yeah.
Buda Baker fits right in. Fletcher Cox, Jason Kelsey, Buda Baker, Brandon Graham. Like you got 4 players right there who any team would die to have. And if they can make that happen, you do it. We're going to get the most out of Buda, obviously. That could even get a 1st round pick. Will it? Probably not. Does he have the talent to? He has the talent to get us multiple picks. Look at what Jamal Adams went for.
Oh, yeah.
Buda Baker has the potential at 27 years old, I believe, to bring in a haul. Will Philly do that? If they are very dead set on not having safeties, I think so. Which I think right now they are kind of in need a little more than anything. They have great corner play, great D-line play. I think a Buda Baker looks nice on that team, but do I want to give him up? No, I don't. I don't want to see Buda anywhere else. Don't want to see it. I cannot even think of seeing Buda Baker in another uniform. It pains me.
Absolutely, it would. Shout out to here to Luis Garcia with the $4.99 donation. Thank you. So I don't see that you have a message here, so no worries. I appreciate the contribution. But yeah, I agree with you. I think the Buda injury also kind of led people to say tank because on Fridays when we got the word. But Jonathan Gannon said that he did tweak his, I believe it was his hamstring. On Friday.
And that's one of the injuries you're not going to come back from if you just tweak it 3 days ago. That's one of the injuries that'll keep people sidelined. If you see a hamstring pop up, unless it's at the beginning of the week, a lot of times if it's a late week injury, that is going to be very day to day. Like Darren Waller, I believe, had one last season. Andy's dealing with one now. So the fact he's even on it is crazy to me because this is like a reoccurring injury for him and he's playing through it. And then Buda Baker, you cannot have that man off the field for many more games. The presence alone is too impactful.
Yeah.
We need him back.
I agree, brother. I agree. All right. We have made it to the hour mark. We're actually very, very close to it. Let's talk real quick running backs. James Conner. I'm looking at his contract. We have him until 2024. He's 28 years old. Will be 29 next year. We need a solid running back to replace him, obviously in due time. So like we got pieces now, but like there's a lot of holes the Cardinals need to address, and I'm glad we have a lot of draft capital. It's just where are you going to allocate it to?
Yeah. Do you think James Conner could be one of those trade pieces? I don't. At least I feel like it's too big of a hole left.
Yeah, the Cardinals contract is a stupid contract. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase it. The running back contract that we gave James Conner, it's not acceptable anymore unless the Cardinals are willing to pay, some of it or most of it. I just feel like it won't get anything back for it, and it would leave a big hole.
Maybe a fifth at best. But
this man is a baller, dude. This guy isn't less step. If he's healthy, he's a good running back.
I would say he's top 12.
Yeah. I'd say
Even though Madden says different. I bought the game, loaded it up, and 79 overall is what they got him at.
Madden
Disrespectful.
We are going to close up shop here. Of course, Mythic, thank you so very much for joining me here again.
Absolutely.
We're going to close shop. Thank you, everybody, for coming into the chat. I don't see any other ones. I think we got all the super chats out of the way. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. As always, have a great rest of your day. And go Cards.
Peace.